Hello. Looks like we'll be here for a while. Might as well be friendly. You and everyone else who got in their way. I suppose once they took the temple, they considered us expendable. Yes, that cursed Valdis. Now we're stuck in some tree, imprisoned by walking foliage. How dare they abandon us? Huh, I suppose you could call it that. I've tried to tell them to let me out, but they're a stubborn lot. Oh well, I can wait for them to see sense. Well, I doubt it. These blasted rings around our heads seem to sense our intentions even before we've thought them. The previous occupant in your cell threw his bowl at the guard and was dead before it even hit the floor.
As soon as I get out of here, these tree dwellers will feel the strength of my sword arm.
What do you want? What? Oh, you're one of the new ones. We pulled you out from underneath the body of a blue-haired elf and brought you here to the town of Ireland. You're to be kept behind bars until we figure out what to do with you. Warden Celia is in charge here, and what's to be done with you is up to her. If I were you, I would keep my head down and learn to be respectful before she finds you making demands. You wear the ring of submission to hold you in check. All prisoners must wear it. Hush, here comes the warden now.
Blasted dryads! Quickly, Aron, while she's talking to that elf. Now's your chance.
Foul creature. I warned him what would happen if he attempted to harm a dryad. There can be no hope for these types.
Do not be so hasty, Celia. Some of these prisoners have roles to play yet. I have seen it. This poor soul here, for example. I know this one can be trusted.
I do not know, Amon. Given arms, that mercenary could well kill us all. The entire village is endangered.
As a personal favor to me, please give this prisoner a chance.
As you wish, my friend. I hope you are able to find that which you seek.
Namare, Melonamin. Till next we meet.
Amon the elf seems to trust you. I trust only the ring of submission around your neck, prisoner. Our troops found you on the battlefield. You are lucky they found you alive, unlike the blue-haired elf. You were fighting on the side of Valdis. You are an enemy to the dryads of Ireland. Your friend is of no matter to me, and your medallion will remain property of Ireland until you show where your loyalties lie. He can afford to. That monster raised our shrine to the ground and helped himself to our treasures. He grows richer by the day, as do soulless mercenaries like you. Thanks to you and your employer, my village is stripped bare. The aegis of life is gone. But for some reason, Amon asked that you be treated mercifully. I have a task for you. Go to the weaponsmith at the blacksmith shop. She has spared some sharpening stones for our warriors. Get them, and take them to the Dryad Outpost just outside the north gate of town. No, the Temple of the Coast held the Aegis of Life, a powerful relic from the First Age. This artifact gave us all the protection we needed. Now the Aegis is gone, stolen by Valdis. Tell me, prisoner, what does he mean to do with it? Valdis is growing stronger by the day, as is his army. The Morden mean to destroy our outpost, and then us. Enough, prisoner! Go get the sharpening stones from the weaponsmith, and take them to the outpost in the northern jungle. If you do well, I might reward you. Be thankful Amon spoke up for you. Take my advice, prisoner, and avoid the animals of the jungle. One bite from them, and you'll be riddled with the plague. Now go, and don't make me regret granting Amon's favor.
There are creatures that carry the plague right outside the town gates. You will not even reach the outpost without being able to defend yourself. Take this equipment. It may not be the same as your old things, but it will give you some chance at least.
These dryads do not seem intelligent enough to keep a decent watch over us. I'm sure I'll be able to escape soon.
You may pass.
Warden scum, leaving me to rot.
Morden wretches, abandoning their own troops.
I'm still waiting to hear that you brought the sharpening stones to the outpost. Now get going before I lose my patience.
Stop distracting me. I'm sure the sap bloods will have some horrible punishment awaiting me if I do not repair this on time.
Prisoners only speak to the warden.
You must be one of Celia's. You wear the ring of submission around your neck. I recognize you. They brought you in last night. The battle was terribly bloody. We lost many from our village. Worst of all, Valdis succeeded in taking the Aegis of Life. It is a magical artifact that kept the Warden at bay. Without it, we are reduced to barricading ourselves behind these walls. Before we sealed the gates, you and the other injured prisoners were carried in. Some of you were mortally wounded. We worked hard to save your lives. You may have forgotten mercy, but we have not. You are indeed the enemy, however, and so you will stay with us as our prisoner. Here you are, and if you have some time, perhaps you could do a favor for me? We go through armor faster than we can craft it. Duma and Sen both need my help throughout the day and into the night. But I've only been in this trade for a short number of months. There's much to remember. My memory is not normally this poor. I have lost dear ones in this war, and my mind is distracted. I seek your help. I must craft 5 suits of armor before the day is over. But with so much to remember, I have forgotten some of the steps involved. It would mean the end of my apprenticeship if the craft mistresses learned of this. There is a tome of smithing within the Great Hall that is sure to contain such information. I would be in your debt if you can discover the steps to creating dryad armor. Take the lift to the southeast across to the Terrace of Wisdom. The Great Hall will be right in front of you.
Yes? We're rather busy, so make it quick, prisoner.
Well, prisoner, I suppose I can enchant an item for you so long as that ring ensures your good behavior. If you are able to pay my price, I may be able to make you something very special. First, you must understand that becoming a master enchantress is not easy. One must spend many years studying the arts of herbalism and alchemy. If one did not know the properties of every reagent and the results of their combination, why, terrible things could happen. I have even seen careless apprentices blow themselves up. For one of my caliber, even the most difficult of tinctures and salves are possible. There is one in particular that is my specialty. It grants a fair amount of life recovery. I am told it is quite useful if you are interested. My customers call it Lumilla's salve, and it can be applied to enchantable armor for fighters and rangers, or jewelry of your preference. I would be happy to make some if you bring me the ingredients. 4 nettle clusters. They can be found in the jungle, if you keep your eyes open.
Welcome, friend. The Guild of Death keeps watch over all who pass into our realm. If you have recently died, and do not want to retrieve your party's corpses by returning to them, I would be happy to summon them here. As payment, I will take the gold left on your party's corpses. When a character loses all his health, he falls unconscious. An unconscious character regenerates normally and can be healed by magic. When he heals enough, he regains consciousness. If an unconscious character takes too much damage, he dies, and his portrait is replaced with a tombstone. A dead character may only be brought back to life with a resurrection spell or a scroll. If every character in your party dies, or is knocked unconscious, you may return to town. If you do, all of your equipped items are left at tombstones where you died. To recover your party's equipment, travel to where you died and approach your party's corpses. When you are close enough, you will automatically re-equip all your gear. If you do not want to retrieve your party's corpses by returning to them, I would be happy to summon them here and keep the gold on your party's corpses as payment. Please remember that the Guild of Death sees all. If you attempt to escape our gaze by quitting and reloading the game, I will be forced to summon your party's corpses here, and thus be obliged to keep the gold on them as well. When a character loses all his health, he falls unconscious.
Welcome to Bernard's Odds and Ends Traveling Emporium. I made it to the safety of Ireland's terraces just before the Morden attacked, and we'll be staying until they leave, so take your time browsing my fine assortment of goods. I carry many special reagents.
I didn't expect to see you here. If you're leaving town soon, I'll lend you my sword arm. Been wanting to show this town my back for a long time. You won't be sorry, whatever you've heard.
You are clear to leave. I hear you're off to cause some trouble. I don't suppose you'd care for the company of the best fighter on the island? I hear you're off to cause some trouble. Really? I mean, You've made an excellent choice. What a team we'll make!
These Morden invaders are...
You want to pick through this trap?
Greetings, here to look at the teleporter. Teleporters are part of an ancient magical network that people use to travel across Arana. Your party can use them to rapidly journey to locations you've previously visited. Left-click a teleporter to activate it, and open a list of locations that your party has previously visited. Select a location, and click OK to teleport there. Here in Aron, Warden Celia determines who may or may not have access to the teleporter.
I would like to be alone if you do not mind.
You dare to touch me?
Were the ancient empire of stars still around, this...
My story is both long and sad. You'll probably want to sit down and take out a hanky. Many years ago, I was captain of a fine ship. Now, Oh, well, one day, my ship was wrecked in a brutal storm. I was washed ashore, unconscious. When I came to... Right. As I was saying, when I came to, there was a beautiful woman standing over me. There was something a little odd about her, though. You'll never believe this part. This is the part no one ever believes. As I was saying, there was this beautiful woman, and she was... well, she was green and leafy. I had seen many strange things in my time, but none so strange as that, let me tell you. Well, except maybe for the... Well, you see, when I was your age, before I was captain of that ship, of course, I was a soldier. I was stationed at Windstone Fortress, which was built by the ancient Azanites way back before the... What was I talking about again? Oh, of course. As I was saying, my job was to sweep the cloister in the Temple of Ziria at the heart of the fortress. So one day I was sweeping and I stubbed my toe. You'll never guess what I stubbed it on. We wouldn't have let senile old men into the temple, no. It was a green stone carved with the ancient Azanite symbol for the Tree of Life. There was a socket in the center of the room that looked as if the stone would fit inside it. But I took a nap instead of trying it. I bet if I had, though, it would have opened a secret door or something. There, now, wasn't that riveting? I believe it may be part of some sort of puzzle. They were keen on that sort of thing back in the temple's heyday. If you could investigate that for me, it would put my mind at rest. Thank you, friend. The Temple of Ziria can be found deep within Windstone Fortress.
My fine spirits are not for prisoners. Water will do you fine.
The proprietress of the tavern is crafty.
I don't know how this town's keeping body and soul.
My dad's in the tavern negotiating. He told me to play outside.
The proprietress of the tavern is crafty.
There are no decent recruits to be found here. And what's worse, while my own squadron finds glory and riches in battle, Soldier Jordan is languishing in this backwater town seeking phantoms. Pshaw! If that wasn't enough, these leafheads don't even eat decently, let alone fight right. I'd give near anything to taste red meat again. The bloodier the better. It's a statuette of Ziria, but I'd be willing to give it to you in exchange for some fresh meat. This dryad diet of leaves and insects doesn't agree with me at all. There are no decent recruits to be found here. If that wasn't it, it's a...
The battle has brought so many travelers, I can hardly find beds for them all. This inn is the Crossroads of the island. If you ever lose a friend, chances are they'll end up here. The Warriors Guild Pact states that one of your standing may add a third seat to your party roster, but you must be charged a one-time fee for it. Do you wish to add a third seat to your party? The battle has brought so...
Greetings. I have some secrets to share with you. Now take a look at your compass map. Notice how I show as a green dot? Interactive objects like levers and doors show as blue dots, and monsters show as red dots.
Greetings. Would you like an item enchanted today?
Have you discovered the steps for crafting that armor? Duma has been giving me the looks. I'm afraid she has realized that I've forgotten one of the most important crafting. That is good news indeed. If I don't get started soon, I'll never be done in time. Oh dear, please.
Are you sure you know how to use your weapon? I hope so. The Morden are accomplished fighters. As am I. I will spill much Morden blood before this day is through.
There you are, prisoner. Come along. I am to take you to the outpost. It is just ahead.
These health and mana bushes have been growing well of late, don't you agree? If you have the appropriate skills, you will be able to harvest the health or mana stored in the bushes in the form of potions. Rangers may harvest health bushes by spending points in the survival skill, while nature mages may harvest mana bushes by spending points in the natural bond skill.
Greetings! Are you here to use this incantation shrine? This circular stone structure next to me is an incantation shrine. Very little is known about their origins, but they can be found all over Arana. They seem to be located in areas that resonate with the harmonics of the ley lines. When you or your allies stand within it, the blue glow intensifies, indicating that a chant can be used. Chants are words that, when spoken within an incantation shrine, invoke the deeper harmonics of the magical realm. There are many ways to acquire chants. You can learn some from wise teachers, and others are recorded in ancient manuscripts from ages past. When you learn a chant, it is added to the chants section in the lore tab. To recite a chant, step into the incantation shrine, type the chant and press the enter key. If you have learned the chant and have recited it correctly, a flurry of magical power will appear as the incantation commences. I have learned a few chants in my time. I will teach you one now so you may see how they work.
Greetings. Here to look at the sanctuary doors? Sanctuaries are small rooms that are said to contain powerful treasures. However, they can only be obtained if you have the proper weapon equipped and the necessary skill required to break down the magical sanctuary. No one really knows who built the sanctuaries or where they came from. All that's known is that they were usually found along the old trade routes amongst the ruins of the last age, and that they are often located in remote, dangerous regions where only brave adventurers dare to... There are 4 types of sanctuary doors: melee, ranged, nature magic, and combat magic. The symbol indicates the class and weapon type needed to open the door.